Alright, need to wait for 100 viewers, right? First thing I want to say good night. And I want to say bless up to the people them way focus. I want to say bless up to the people them way have sense. See? I want to say bless up to the people them way you pay attention, you assess properly, and you look out of your eye. See? Now, big up the people who just start following me. See? But big up the people who have followed me long time. Now, some people have followed me, but them not pay attention to what I say. Them come like the rest of people who are in the matrix. Them come like the people who just live, but them not live. You understand? Because enough people just live. And just go party, and just drink, and just dance. Oh God, I had fun. That's it. Them not listen nothing with the song them I say. Them not listen nothing with the DJ I say where I play the song. Them not listen nothing with the artist I say. Them not see all the people them react like zombie when the certain song play. Them not pay attention to nothing. All them know them go out, them drunk, them party. So some of them come on live, them just come for mix up, them just come for dramatics, but them not pay attention. You understand what I say? The people who are follow me all along and I pay attention, see? Uno not convinced now say me a operate off a different level. Big up all truck driver, big up on yourself. All nurse on the job, big up on yourself. Uno not realize it say Foota Hype they're on a different level in terms of projection and vision. Uno not realize that yet. Cause you see, if you follow me long time, and you don't realize my projection and the things that I say way ahead and before regular people. I'm going to show you how deep it is. Sometimes the people when I say the things about, them not even realize me actually I give them pointers, I give them a jump start to do the right thing. Instead of them listen, them just start trace Foota. Them just start trace Foota. Crackers flavor give thanks. Them start cuss Foota, and the first thing them do is try to defend themselves and try to look like they make more sense than Foota. But over the period of time, it proves that Foota Hype right. Because me never talk for myself or on behalf of myself. My inner spirit that speak through me. Now I got drag on down memory lane a little bit. When you remember when the election campaign are going, see? I come on live, turn on my live, and I clearly beg, not ask, beg and plead for the people of Jamaica not to vote for Andrew Holness. Do you remember that? You don't remember? ask again. I wonder if the people in my life remember about 2.5 years that now. I forward for my life. I beg the people them said do not vote for Andrew Holness. You know, remember? Me not hate Andrew Holness. As a person, I could never would be out of place to say me hate him as a person. But as a Prime Minister, me hate Andrew Holness like poison. As a Prime Minister, he is the worst display of a Prime Minister I've ever seen in my entire life. See? Me still all what me I say, you know. Remember, you know, me said that before election. And even when Andrew win, and after the election, me telling you say, somebody again, Foota Hype PNP so good. That's the illiteracy we wanna have. I am not speaking from a PNP standpoint. I'm speaking from a citizen standpoint. I am a citizen of Jamaica. At least I'm not even a citizen. I'm a sovereign Jamaican. When you're a citizen, you're a slave. See? When somebody win an election, it's no longer PNP or Labour. I have to repeat myself all the time. Only I learn. Even if me a PNP during campaign, when Andrew Holness win the election, it's no longer a Labourite PNP thing. He is the Prime Minister, whether you're PNP or whether you're Labourite. Him am a Prime Minister. So not say, oh, Foota Hype PNP so move. That not have nothing to do with it after the election done. During the campaign, there's a choice between PNP and Labourite. When the person win, there is no choice. Because when the price raise, you a PNP have to pay the price. You a Labourite have to pay the price. It does not matter which side they're on. Because there's only one side. So when him raise light, raise water, change the road act, everything affect everybody. So after the election, there is no Labourite or any PNP. He is the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Big difference, you know. Because the illiteracy a kill we, you know. Because for you even comment that, it sure me say, you can probably read and write, but you're very illiterate to what politics is. Once the election is finished and they declare somebody the winner, it's no longer a two-sided thing, and one Prime Minister we have. So Andrew Holness is my Prime Minister. Although I vote PNP and I love PNP, Andrew Holness is my Prime Minister. No doubt about it. Millicent, big up yourself. So what I'm saying now is, as a Prime Minister, I do not like Andrew at all. As a person, Andrew cool. Me Andrew not a problem. Me not have nothing bad to say about Andrew as a person. He could have been one of the best person. Maybe if me and him had the bridging, would have said, John, Andrew and I'm my best bridging. But as a Prime Minister, he's the worst I've ever seen. See? Now, me telling you say I'm gonna be the worst. Me telling you say he wanna make the biggest mistake to make Andrew win. Me telling you say I'm gonna ball. Me tell you say I'm gonna deal with no wicked. Everything when me say, Andrew I gotta do, Andrew do. Me tell you say Andrew I gonna legalize the LGBTQ community in Jamaica before him come out of power. Well, him already do it, I just feed go up on pen and paper. See? Me see Andrew now. I say we are gonna import weed from Canada. Remember when him force the people them to take the joke where they and him say all the pitney them to take the joke. Me have him as the wickedest man. Right there, so me have him as the wickedest man. Him and Christopher Tufton. Because if you don't care about the picnic them, me mean like, we can sell out we the old one them and make we kill ourselves. But the picnic them, trouble then, be quiet. So, me look now, and me see the man I say, they want to import weed from Canada. No, these are the weirdest, strangest one, you know. Because remember him sell the rights to people mine out the capital country. The Maroon chief carry them a court and win. So you know, hear me talk about that again. Because them lose that case there. See? How can you import marijuana from Canada to Jamaica? Nelly die, buy badges, big up yourself. From me, little and I grow, them say Jamaica have the best weed. When me come a foreign come live, from before me I come live, them always want yard weed for buy. Them want weed that come straight from yard. Why on earth you would have entertained any farm, a deal, any farm, a business proposal to import weed from Canada to Jamaica? That makes sense? No, more when I labor them with a comment a while ago, more want to explain to me if it makes sense. Because if you can't explain to me properly, me will understand. Like the weed capital of the world, which is Jamaica, for import weed from Canada. When I labor right them, I just see that comment, just trouble than one of them. Please, like, tell me how that part go. People who can buy some badges in the meantime. What may I say, Blade Marital? I would even, if I was the Prime Minister, I would even entertain the conversation of a deal like that. I could have push, chosh, blush. We have the best naturally grown weed. So if we have the best naturally grown weed, and them want cushion them thing, and chocolate cookie and all of the name them what them are called, we can use our naturally grown weed and create the kush. Where you want to import? Where you want to import from Canada? I don't understand. Yo, people, may I try? Somebody explain it to me now, please. Oh, it makes sense. It's like, to all me say Andrew a deal with it. It's like anybody come with a proposal where him can get a money out of. Him not care about nobody else, you know. Him just accept and agree. Like, what the fuck is your problem, bro? So, from you I get a money out of it, you're good. Are you people understand me? Because some people like that, bro. Turn on and pressure the man. What you mean pressure? The job come with pressure. The job come with... Hold on there. Big up DJ Freestyle. May I try... May I try... Yo... May I try understand like how that makes sense? hope on earth. That makes sense. Somebody say Canada weed is rubbish. Blessed.
Yeah, dude.
You said easy to explain. Where that talk?
No, with the imports, because remember them can put the import bill in and so they really rob people, right?
So you say when them do the import is for them own benefit for thief more money.
Everything with politicians are for their own benefit because the United States, as so-called world government, what they did now is them impose a law where you can't really plant food for yourself no more. That's why you see most of the food where Jamaica plant now is for export.
Well, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but think about it. You're exporting what you're importing. The same food that they might export, they
Yeah,
might
no,
import.
the import part of the problem.
Yeah.
I hear why I think America do that now because we grow healthier food.
That
So
the reason why
if you are going to export out the whole of the good food and take in the machine food them,
RNA.
then you're poisoning your nation.
Yeah, but you see, because of the world agenda, so I'm not sure. Well, based on your thought, I'm not gonna really doubt your knowledge. But you know what is RNA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so it's a DNA attack mechanism with the new food groups. So so it's like
Right.
hybrid
Right.
food. They're making foods that will so it's like GMO RNA. All of those is for really attack. It's genetically modified for attack black people. Put it
I,
away there.
so you know why they might attack with DNA? You see if you know that part.
Yeah. So my spirituality depend, because me listen to your talk most of the time, and my spirituality depend the same, would have upon the same realm. So basically, what it is what black people need to understand is that the reason why racism came about is not because people wanted to be racist, it's just because they were indoctrinated with the real history of black people. Yeah, and that we are the actual powerful set of people. So let me get rid of these powerful set of people, and that's why they bury our history and subdue.
Let me tell you the real reason why.
Yeah, go on.
The real reason why is money. You see? And here why now.
Mm-hmm.
Black people don't know that all these rich people who make money of natural resources owe
Yeah,
us. For every piece of diamond sell, we forget
right.
a cut. Yeah, you um Kimani Mali say, we want a cut of everything. A cut of every pussy clot. So if you sell a nickel bag, if you sell a dime.
Yeah, but
So
that are the plan of the elites from long time. You know what I mean?
no. It's the plan of everybody except black people. Now, I break it down for you because a lot of people don't know this, right?
Yeah, go on.
We are owed because what is your father's own is yours. Now, the natural resources of the earth were never meant to be for sale.
No, it was created for instance, you have
Survival.
gold, may have some silver.
Survival.
We use it,
Okay.
and you need something, we
So,
exchange it.
so them I use it to sell. See? It's not bigger than money, brother. And money it come down to.
Yeah, natural resources is the root of money. That's where
See?
money
So
comes from.
watch it. It's supposed to give you everlasting life and longevity. Because remember, if you eat properly, if you pray properly, and if you exercise properly, you can't dead enough. That's why man used to live to 1,000 of years and 2,000 of years and them something there. See? Because you were eating properly, praying properly, and exercising properly. See? Because just
Go
for
on.
survival alone, you used to have to exercise properly. You have to walk the field, you have to climb tree, climb hill, do all of them something. Right?
Yeah,
Naturally. You have to pick your food. Back when in the original man never used to eat meat. Never used to eat meat, right? Anybody hear talk about, oh, black man eat meat, them ask them what time, what year.
yeah. But
And I'm gonna give you some middle. I'm gonna give you some middle story and some issue we start now middle, but them now go from the root.
Hence why the Bible now have the validation, because
Right.
humans were made to survive off vegetation.
Exactly.
The medicine was frequency. Frequency was used to heal
every sickness.
And that is why them try to shrug black people's history under the carpet. You know
so
who
this is what I'm gonna show you.
Yeah.
Show you say I'm money now, because we don't want to go too far.
Yeah, go on.
And the people don't understand. I keep it simple. Some people don't know what the Federal Reserve Bank is. Now, the Federal Reserve put a clamp on all natural resources, meaning from oil, uranium, uranium, coltan, everything. Them keep a track. That's why you can't pick up a piece of diamond in Africa and just carry come America, come sell.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't bring natural resources from anywhere. And that's why them pass law in all like constitution, them with the country, they were controlled by the
resources.
British monarchy. Your natural resources, if you have your yard and you find oil in there, it belongs to the government. No matter if you own the land. If you find gold, it belongs to the government. No matter if you own your yard. If you find diamond.
But I'm glad you said that. I'm not cut you. I'm glad you said that, because that's a very important point. For everybody on the live where always I say, oh, me own me house a foreign. You don't. You don't. And if you read the fine print of any deed whatsoever, it says that you're a landholder 6 feet below. So from ground level to 6 feet below, you're just a holder. You know what I mean? So, and these are the things that, because the educational materials would have enlightened we on these things, they hide it from us. You know what I mean?
Brother, we have to stop using that term there too, because education is a prison. Education is not for us.
No, not in the sense of them curriculum education. I talk about like on this level where there are things. For example, who is the greatest scientist in America's in the history of America?
Oh, Nikola Tesla.
You're mad?
Oh.
We go research a man named Benjamin Banneker. He's a black man, greatest scientist. And this is what I'm saying. I don't celebrate Black History Month because I just feel like it's a slap in the face.
Me not do Black History Month.
Fuckery. Yeah.
Anyway, we don't want to last them now. As what I say. The Federal Reserve put a clamp on all natural resources. Right? Now, what the Federal Reserve does is coop up everything from natural resources, right? And create something called a promissory note, which is called money, in which the banks go and deal with the Federal Reserve on behalf of the slaves, because we are all slaves, right?
Once you have a birth certificate,
right. So we are all slaves. People don't even know that. People are like, I'm a citizen. Slavery day is done. No. Slavery
once you have a birth certificate with a
slavery is bigger than when it did on the plantation.
No, it was better on the plantation.
That's what I'm saying. It's bigger.
Yeah.
Bigger now. Slavery bigger now. See? So what should them do now? Every human being born of natural birth, listen to me good enough and hear the words when me are saying. Because words before words important and words that come afterwards important. So enough man talk on the street, and when them go in a court, them cannot talk. Because they will put one word behind or in front of another word, and it have total different meaning. See? So the bank represent as you and me to the Federal Reserve.
Right.
Now, every human being born of natural birth, meaning man and woman have sex.
That's the only
man come in a woman and you're born. We not talk artificial insemination. We not talk when you take sperms and go inject it in a woman. God no know that picnic there.
Yeah, but it still require a man's sperm to do that anyway, if you fertilize.
Yeah, but it's not natural.
Yeah, but you see, when you say that, when you say that, it still goes back to the law of man and woman create
Yeah, but
reproduction.
once it's
Yeah.
tampered with, my friend,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you don't have the same value as somebody who's born of God. Because once you have artificial insemination, you are not born of God. When you
Go on.
understand what I say.
Yeah,
So
go on.
now, your validity to go to the Federal Reserve is not there.
No.
Then, so every person born of natural birth is valued 700,000 US
Right.
dollar in the
Right.
Federal Reserve.
But why is that? Why is that?
And I'm explaining to you.
Yeah.
Because they are using the natural resources to make money.
Right. So
Eh,
again,
hold on, bro.
go
Boy,
on, go on.
I don't want chop it up and remember me and you kind of dip on another level because we're the far. Then
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
some of them are the first, they might hear it.
Right.
So it sound ludicrous. See? It sound crazy. Now, break it down in a regular roadman terms. If me own the carrier,
Right.
and me dead left it, I'm a picnic them it have to share up with my next of kin.
Yeah, next of kin.
Now, it's the same law will govern nature. Because you are born of nature. Nature is your daddy. So everything when nature creates, or them make money off of, you are subjected to a cut of it.
Right.
See? So when that $700 in your trust fund by the Federal Reserve,
yeah, 700,000 US.
Yeah, the bank operates as a mediator for you to the bank.
That's why it's
because
called that's why it's called intermediary bank.
Right. So your parents and my parents were defrauded into signing you over
as a
to
property.
the corporation
right.
of any country which you were born in. Because there are no countries left. They are all corporations. There are businesses owned by big bank. See? So what them do now, them go and negotiate with the Federal Reserve on behalf of you. So when you go to the bank to get a loan, you have to give them your social security number and your ID. Your ID of your birth certificate number upon it.
Right.
And your name in a capital letter, meaning you're a slave. So you don't have the privilege of dialoguing with the Federal Reserve. Because you're a slave. So the slave not the power there. When the bank goes to the federal to your database, because when you go for the loan, them take your social and your ID. Why them can't grant you a loan without take your social and your ID? Because them not lending the money out of their money. No, they're going into your account.
Yeah, but that's the thing what people don't realize, right? When you say that, let me just break it down a little bit more for them. Because when you say them no want lending no money out of them money, the bank people, the bank does not have any money. The bank doesn't have any money. The bank not have no money whatsoever.
Okay.
The bank take when you put money into the bank, they take that money to the Federal Reserve where they're earning on the money where you put in at the bank. So, and if you all think I'm lying, go to the bank tomorrow morning and tell them you want 50,000. You want 30,000. They don't have it. You have to make an appointment. The banks have no money. But it's the biggest corruption scheme there is, which is banks. What they do now is all right. So our next thing with Americans, you see all of them millions and trillions of dollars, all of the millionaire them and the billionaire them in America really don't have no money at all. When your economy owes $19 trillion, which they don't have, which they will never have to pay because they print their own money. So America will never have to pay their debt because they print their own money. And that is the reason why you see the president of America can take so much money between him and his son them invest in a foreign countries. And instigate war, right? Because if there's no chaos, you can't steal. So earlier on when you try to explain why Andrew Holness is doing what he's doing, it's because people, without chaos, you can't steal. So,
Alright.
creating
I want
chaos
to finish showing
creates
them
a
about the Federal
distraction.
Reserve though.
Go on.
I want them understand how the banking thing operate. So when you go to the bank, and anybody that so can ask me the question, you cannot get a loan, you cannot take out a car, you cannot take out a house unless them ask you for two things first.
Yeah.
Your social and your ID. Then a lot of people don't know your social security number is a debit card number for your trust fund
Yep.
at the Federal Reserve. Notice they never ever give you a social. Them ask you if you got take out a social. Because you are the only one that can get consent for them going in your Federal Reserve trust fund.
Yeah.
So what them do now when you go take out a social, you give them permission
to access your account. Yep.
to access your account on behalf of you.
Right.
So when you go to the bank,
signing those documents is actually signing over your rights to your account to the
that's
bank.
trick.
Yeah.
But them act like you can't go school, you can't go work, you can't do nothing without the social. So them stick you up to go get the social. Notice none of them are gear, you know. When you get your green card or your citizenship, and them I say, it's your social, you know. You have to go look about your social. Because it's you who have to sign that shit. So anyway, when you go to the bank, say you want 100,000 for borrow. Because enough people don't know this. When you go in there, if you notice every time you go look about a loan, give them your social or your ID, they tell you give them a minute and they go around the back. Them have a computer in front of them, but them not do what them do with their social
in front
and the computer in front of them. Because them don't want you to see that. What them do, them go around at the back, them going at the Federal Reserve database.
Right, the mainframe database.
Right. Go see how much money your living man trust fund have. Because you in the bank operate as a slave.
Right.
So when you go in as a slave, the only way them can lend you money are if you are registered as a living man by God. Because remember the money where them are give you half of God property, you know. The oil, the uranium, the coal, and all of it.
Cobalt,
oil,
everything.
Cobalt, everything will come from the earth. You cut your Jew a piece because you are made of God. You never ask in there. You never force yourself to come here. You are made out of nature. So them owe you. So what them do now? Go around there, run your debit card, which is a social security number, is a debit card number. Federal Reserve say, all right, boom, theme trust fund never touch yet. Them know you qualify for 700,000 or more or less. So them can afford, the Federal Reserve can afford to lend you this money. Not even lend, give. Because I give them, I give you money. But the bank is not you. So the bank take your money and lend you 100,000. But the Federal Reserve actually lends in tens. I give you in tens. So it's when him goes to Obama and say 100,000, them give him $1 million.
Yeah.
The bank gets $1 million. So if you get a $100,000 loan from the bank and a skin your teeth, oh Jesus, we get 100,000 from the bank. No, that's 100,000 from your money. But the bank has 900,000 to play with.
Yeah, so what the bank do with the 900,000 that they do now, they go and invest it in what is called
bonds,
stocks and bonds and trust.
Insurance, trust, all kind of things they put your money in. So the bank should have actually appear you. Hold on now. The bank should have actually appear you. Whatever interest them are charge you, you know. Yeah. Them see appear you, you know. Yeah. Because of your money. Them are used.
Yeah.
So, people, regular people, do not know that. Even regular people who work in the bank don't fucking know that.
They don't make this information privy. You know
That's why they have a loan officer where specialize in a loan. The regular teller just can't give a loan. You understand what I'm saying? It's Terry King. Shut the fuck up. What me I say now? Zine? Because someone don't know nothing what we are talking about. They never know say this exists in the world. But yeah, talk about how much time the man make him point and talk. Me want to get what me I say about the bank before going to all the other things with me any more advanced span. Because without me even ask him, so me hear him talk, me know him know some of what me I say. So me not fit, me not want lose uno, me not want uno last. Because me I showing about the regular, simple bank where you're going to go borrow money every day. And don't know say you own money you borrow. So the reason why the bank can do that, I do me that, I do anybody that, is because you're operating as a slave. The term for this slave is straw man. Straw man. Because they might use maritime law govern the land, which is already a fraud, my friend.
Right.
See? So when you not go, you not be a part of fraudulent activity. But here why them can fraud you? Because there's nothing that the bank do with you with them not make a sign. So when you sign, you are actually saying, yes, I give the bank the permission to take this money on behalf of me.
Right.
So you rob your own self, but the bank set it up a way that you feel cornered like you have to do it.
Yeah, same thing then do with the injection during the pandemic. Then corner people in I see him and people. It's so funny he mentioned that, yeah, because I want to remember this today. Anything that you are forced or put in a position. Remember, during the pandemic, they never give you guys a choice. They threaten to take away your freedom. Anytime they do that, it's not good for you. If it was
No,
good
but
for you,
watch it now. Here what people now understand. A threat is not actually an action.
yeah,
So because of fear,
yeah,
and nobody don't want to lose going to restaurant, nobody don't want to lose go concert, nobody don't want to lose go games. Remember that them telling you them, I'll know them not do that, you know. I'll know them not stop on the front going away, you know. But because of fear,
yeah,
you know, me no want them stop me, me no want this, me no want boom, you gotta take it.
yeah.
Them trick you, cause I'll know. Look how it stop. When them say 90% of the world fall field, them just stop it. Me never take none.
Me never think.
I'm still there operate.
But me can give you a story, you know. You when them decide say everybody need vaccines. My
Don't say the word. Them will block the thing.
oh when them say everybody need the jab. My youngest daughter they are Jamaica. Yeah. And this was July 20, July 28th. Work decide, oh yes, you have to take whatever in order to come into work. Say, me see how long I can hold out for. Anyway, me hold out. On July 26th, the day after my daughter's birthday, she was in an accident, critical life condition. Yeah? And people who know me know say there's nothing in this world that means more to me than my kids. My mom and my kids. And when, you know, me find out the out of Morris jerk out of Clarendon, the car, and truck lick the car. And is a girl find me number, a girl who work out of Morris jerk out, find me number on a piece of paper. Yeah? And call me and say, so and so, Ray. I mean, I say, what do you mean? She said, yeah, there was an accident with a lady and a little girl in the car. And, you know, when we take out them stuff and we find the number up on a paper, I say, well, yeah. So I say, describe where. So I find out that my daughter from. And I call my sister, I say, book me a flight, I go to Jamaica. Only to remember, I did not have, you know, the requirements.
Yeah.
I tell her, say, yo, me say, well, my sister break it down for me. She said, are you a doctor? I said, no. She said, so what you going to go out there and do? That the doctors are not already doing. And I take a second and I look into what she said. And I say, the same way I go out there and try to be by her side. My father can do that. My mother can do that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And any man or any father in my position would have jump up and run and take the passport and say, all right, me I go. And I say, no, father, me I hold out, Me I hold out. It's same pain. Are you give me, so are you gonna take it right? And bro, like within like 3-4, me I talk about from a broken rib, punctured lungs. Me I talk about a 8-year-old, and our frame is not as big as what I mean, other
adult.
kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And within
Yeah.
3 weeks time, 3 weeks time, and you know what somebody said to me? Somebody said, are your blessings? So I said, you're confusing yourself. I said, but she said, but no, you did have give you did have give the 14 parishes at Jamaica grocery during the pandemic. Because you get caught up in the moment, you not even realize. Look back, say, yeah, it's right throughout the pandemic. Right?
You know what the problem though? People need to start understand what is from God and what is from man.
Right.
Now, during the pandemic, everybody worry about them job. Nobody now remember say, if you drop down there that morning, the job still a go on.
Yep.
Now, there's no job where me ever see somebody dead and the job stop. It goes on. Work, when them a talk about the joke, all people have to do. Work, don't take it until them fire you. Make them have to fire you.
Yeah.
It's licky mentality. All my bills are going to pay. Be homeless.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. You when you take certain stands in your life, you can lose everything.
But you're
really
not losing, You're really not lose.
You cannot lose. Then if all you have to choose, God and lose.
Yeah, but
all
you
you have to choose, God and lose.
If we explain to people what fear is, and I feel it's very important for us to explain to people what fear is. So there will be a next time where we have to exercise this knowledge we want to get today. Fear is you anticipating something that might never happen. Always
But you know
remember
how much people during pandemic lost their jobs and became independent entrepreneurs by starting them own business, by just starting something just to survive, which turned out to be a multi-million-dollar industry where they might run right now. I know if we're repping about it again for life.
All right, just as how you say, I'm going to show you how the universe powerful. In the field, in my field, my career field, when we work, people, I mean, I say this to them because, if I can encourage you, I gotta shut my mouth and take with myself. So I always encourage my people. During pandemic, no job, yeah. My field slowed down completely because people are saying them no want you at them house, nobody no want to work done.
Right.
And during that time, Foota, I was
Come on,
able,
go and talk to them.
right? People during that time, yeah, with no job, right? I was able to get on my live every Saturday. And you guys can go and check out the videos. They're posted on my page and do a program called Put On Your Pot, where every Saturday I would get on live and choose a few people from Jamaica and put grocery in them house. It is there. You guys can go check it out for yourself. Every Saturday during the pandemic, I would get on my live and go and invite people who are struggle and put on them pot. You know what I mean? Sometime would have sent 10 people grocery money, 5 people grocery money, and that was during the time when no work never did I go on. And you know what it all boils down to? Your belief system. Not even your belief system, because belief is a doubt. You know, when you know where you stand for, and you know what you know, yeah. So that is it. Knowing what you stand for. Because if you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything.
All right, brother. I want to get to the DNA or anything we talk. Because remember, me tell you, say it all boils down to money. And some people don't understand. You see, because some people look for their way right here so in front of them don't see 400 or 300 years what are planning come into effect right now.
Yeah.
The clause and the constitutions that are set were not made yesterday. They were not made last year or the year before. They were made centuries ago. Now the black man, listen to me, people. The black man, not Chinese, not Indian, not, we attack original 100% authentic black. Because remember, I say every race come from black. But I'm talking about
Yeah.
the
Very
original
important.
authentic black man. We have the highest value of the Federal Reserve System. Because we are the original man. So when we father things them a share up, we get the most. Let me explain, let me repeat and explain. Because we are the original man. When we father things them a share up, we get the most. They have a chart that tells you what percentage each race is
Entitled
obligated
to.
to.
Yeah.
Black people are the only race on the chart that does not have a percentage because we are the original. So we think limitless. You see them up on the chart for Latino, them up for Chinese, them up for Indian, them up everybody have a number. We not none.
Yeah.
Our space blank because we are the original man. So we're not a limit. No, what they're doing, they want to tamper with your DNA. That's why them are changed to cryptocurrency and are changed to digital currency because whenever anything is bought or sold with money, Federal Reserve Bank, we have to get paid.
Yep.
So them are try eliminate to we find out about that thing, you know.
Yeah.
They must speed up digital currency, which has nothing to do with money than just issuing numbers. So
Yeah.
that elude the contract where them have 1 million years, where we the people forget pay. Because them realize that now, them black people here find out, say, the money are for them one. Because remember, them not teach it in a school.
They won't.
They not teach it in a university. They not teach that. Them hide it from the people. So everybody operate as citizens and don't realize that once you accept being a citizen, you accept being a slave. Now somebody gonna say, then if you're not a citizen, you are what? That is the big question. You need to find out if you are not a citizen, then what are you?
Yeah.
You are a living man.
Yeah, you can't be a citizen on your father's fatherland. It's like
Member say,
you know.
Member say, being a citizen means you're dead. You're operating as a dead entity. That's why when you owe them say you owe debt. Them going to spell them different, but it's the same spell. Words are spell.
Yeah.
It's like live and live. Same spelling, but two different sound.
You just mentioned word as spell, and this is going to shock a lot of people, and maybe some know, some don't know. Why do you think that they chose to have you say, remember when you awake in the morning, you should be giving thanks, right? Because this is your opportunity of to be a part of nature for another 24 hours or whatever their calendar says. But they have us saying good morning. Who mourns? Why would you mourn? Now when somebody dead, you mourn. All right. it is scientifically proven that most people die during X time in the morning and X time in the day. During that, when you cast that spell there. So I don't want nobody tell me about no good morning, right? And me not believe in a weekend.
Even understanding, even weekend, all of these words are part of a spell. That's
Yep.
why them call the word them spelling. That's why you
Yep.
have spelling bee.
Yep. Yep.
Your utterance. That's why them hide our original languages so we can speak into the spell. No,
Yep.
this is the part of me now want stray from.
Go on.
People are gonna ask you, how can you not be a citizen? Now there are laws in the Constitution to give you your powers as a living person. But you have to go do it.
Yeah.
Because your parents already signed you in as a slave. So you have to get out of that contract there.
Right.
Enough people don't know what police mean. It means policy enforcer. That's what police means.
Exactly.
So the police, the contract where your parents sign, your police keep you in line within that contract. Now, if you denounce your strong man status and extend your living man status, the police that you see on the street has no jurisdiction over you.
No jurisdiction. No jurisdiction.
Can't talk to you. And not just America we are talking about, we are talking about everywhere. That's why you see Chief Curry from Maroon Town could have beat Andrew Holness them a court. And Andrew Holness them a keep quiet and a hold it down.
Yeah.
Because Maroon people them operate under sovereignty, not citizenship.
Yeah.
You understand? More you that? How you do the Bentley, my youth? Yeah, you have to sell that to the breeder, man. A Bentley, they breed them, man. You have to sell that blood clot. You good?
People,
all right.
We are so powerful that they took out one of the most important part of our history and not telling us that the richest man in history
Mansa Musa
was a black man.
Yeah, but if you look carefully, them tell you in the Western earlier so say Bill Gates them and Jeff Bezos are the richest thing.
Chicken
but
feed money
them not tell about the Saudi them and
chicken feed
the
money they
Qatar man them and they will beat them with money till them last them shut up. Because you have to understand they are selling their product. We can't even blame them, you know.
Supremacy.
They must sell them product, you know. They must sell feed them business.
More say this, yeah? More say this. Guys, when the universe speak, you have to say this. Because I know a lot of people watch your live and you're in America. So for the youths them were a black youth like myself, please me a beg you. Please me a plead with you, me a beg you. Do not kill another one of your brother. Please.
No,
I'm gonna tell you why
you and me can't agree with it. Yeah, me can't agree with that. Some people are so fully brainwashed, the only escape for them is to die. And in order for we progress, some of them have figured it.
Okay, which is fine because you know you have that perspective there on it. But I'm gonna tell them right now because I had the privilege of seeing operations at the highest level from a technological standpoint. And I will say this publicly. The only reason why you are allowed to kill each other is because you are doing the job of the white supremacists. The only reason why you're allowed to kill each other. You see, so in a Baltimore, in a Chicago, the only reason why you're not allowed to be in a gangs and kill each other is because you are doing the job of supremacists. That's it.
No,
think about it.
You know. Me have a different view on killing and murder because, like, the lady name, what's her name? Aria Topman or something she name?
Harriet Tubman,
When she
yeah.
when she escaped and saved the slave them, you know, she said her job would have been easier if some of them knew that they were slaves. So you have to know this. You have people who are breadfruit boy and a roast breadfruit, you know. Skin black like tar, you know, but inside white like shark, you know.
And I just feel like
So
everybody have a greater purpose still, you know, and
no, but
everybody is a
some people
contributor.
purpose of it dead.
Yeah,
Because them are gonna stop the mission. Brother, listen, the problem with black people have, and this is one of our biggest problem. Everything we say love. Oh, me love everybody, love it. That's a
you
lie. You
can't
cannot
love
win
everybody.
no victory. Listen now, bro. You can't win no victory by loving everybody.
Yeah.
That also is a trick. That a trick. That is a trick. That is an illusion.
Yeah.
The reason why everybody else run away and make it and we not make it is because we have more love than them. And we have
Yeah.
pushed love more than them. You know what them a push? Them a love each other. Them not love everybody, you know. Them a love each other themselves. When you look on the Indian them, all right. Remember Indian black too, you know. Remember Spanish people black too, you know.
Yep.
But watch this, because them segregate we and put we in a ethnic groups, have different ethnicities. So the Spanish man feel like we Spanish, we and them on the same thing. The Indian
Right.
man feel like we are Indian, we and them on the same thing. The Chinese feel like we are Chinese, we and them on the same thing when the whole are we black. But at the mental, but what's how the mental work? When the
Segregatory
Indian man,
funds, man.
when the Indian man, see, say we are take up jewelry. All the jewel store them you say Jamaica, Indian man.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the jewel store them you see in America, Indian man. The Indian man like to sleep with the thick body African girl them or the thick body Jamaican girl them, but he would never marry to one of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
See? So when the thick body girl breed, him tell her, say, yo, go dash her that, or hide with that pit in there and don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Me will send you a money every month. Do not. Can't him even bother want sex her again.
Yeah.
Him done. And him flat body wife, I him man her till death. Because he must secure the money and the legacy. Now, first thing, the Chinese man are the same thing. Him have him wholesale. Him hide and go sex black girl and buy front and everything. But you
All
will
the time.
never see him with a black woman. Never. Him rather go there with a white woman and married. But him nah marry the black girl. Him will sex the black woman. Try get her pregnant, but him nah married to her.
Yeah, and you have to ask yourself that question to you know people. If a man I go left China and come and go to Jamaica go do business, what does that tell you about the country? You know what I mean?
Bro.
Yeah,
Man
like
live America alone, you know, bro. And Jamaica alone, because them do it yourself
yeah.
too. The only thing that keeps them alive is because the Chinese man no care if the slippers not no name, but the next Chinese brother sell it and eat him a buy
Yeah.
until it become the brand. Remember Crocs was a Chinese thing. Nobody never used to wear Crocs.
Yeah, they
And
used to big and ugly and
the
nobody never
Chinese
liked it.
them wear it until it became the thing.
Yeah, but not only that too, you know, what Chinese do is Chinese people, they're smart in the sense that they know where these things are made. So no name no Googie and no
Bro, are they even smart?
yeah, I mean,
No industry is smarter than the black industry. We make and create everything.
no, they
We
stole all the ideas from
hold on,
us.
bro. And then we are the hardest working unit on the planet.
Naturally.
Then this is the worst part now. We black people unified collectively spend the most money on planet Earth.
Every year. Every year.
But guess what? But guess what? We not spending it amongst ourselves.
And it's because we allow ourselves to be indoctrinated with them poison.
No, we not allow ourselves, brother. We are afraid to kill people. This is going to sound crazy, but I am going to tell you.
No,
All the
it's
reason
not that you
why
say it.
black people are suffer is because we are afraid to kill people. We have too much love in our way. Love is what causes black people to suffer. Love. Love. I am telling you. All when the enemy comes to kill you. I hear different say the black brother tell us say, love him man, make a prayer.
Yeah.
When the white man a come to kill black people, him not care about prayer because him know Jesus alive. Him know that Jesus not there to come punish him.
Yeah, you know the funny part about what you just said a while ago? During the time of slavery, why is it that the Bible was the only book we were allowed? Why?
And we wasn't allowed to read it until they designed it.
You know what I
Try
mean?
remember that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard for me.
Remember,
It's hard for me to sit
you
down.
used to get your hand chop off if you try to read. If they find out you can't read, them cut off your head.
Right.
But when they realize, you know, all of them are kill we still end up learning to read. So guess what them do? Them say, shit, we can't stop them from reading now. But here we're going to do. We're going to tell them what to read.
Yeah, rearrange it. You know? Rearrange the stories.
What me basically say, bro, when you see them go suburban and come with a juke thing, it's to tamper with the DNA and change the configuration of your DNA. So it's when you have to collect your real money now as a living man, your DNA trait to tell different thing.
So I more ask you, more get your perspective.
Yo, I'm not here. You hear me now? Yo.
You
hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
Boy, the promoter them a call for book me right now. Me too hot. Anyway.
But I'll get your perspective before you're gonna further. When you hear about this juke thing, what was the first thought as to why you wouldn't take it? More hear your
Because first thing, the trials were too quick. The decisions were too quick.
So that was your first initial. That was your initial thought.
Yeah, and then it was too uniform.
You want to hear my initial thought?
Yeah.
First, I have to look into who is making it. And once me realize it is being made by the slave master's offspring, me say if them never like with them not like we know. That was it for me. That was my driving force behind holding out.
Me never know about none of them company. Meaning me don't know say there's a company there behind it. Me just know say there's a health issue, and when me look on it, they were too pressed in to get everybody to do it one time. And then the trial, when me check trials for them thing there, it was way too quick. It was way too quick.
Me never have to dig that deep. Me just want to hear say that the man they involved and him come from the slave master bloodline and you can't sell me
so
now.
Hear them I don't know. When them do bring in the joke, it's to tamper with their DNA. So you notice that's something that them let in metal in your body plus a lot of other components.
Yeah.
So now when you run a DNA, your DNA are going to read different from what them have in a system for you. So you can't get your money.
And even it's so deep, man.
No, so may I tell you, the basis of it, enough people don't know.
Yeah.
Them think I just depopulation. No, it's for the money. Because check, if we are get tricked over, say, 1 million years now, right?
Yeah.
Them a trick we. And I use the resources and not pay we. Foota go find out now. Foota have him Instagram. Foota tell you are tell the next black person. Remember 90% of the black people are going to say, foolish this and walk away.
Yeah, exactly.
Want the 10% to believe and go review it and say, sure. and start
Yeah.
reap the benefits so it can spread like wildfire.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
understand me? I say? Somebody says a food like, oh, you don't take it or you can't get your money. First thing, I'm going to tell you now, it's not a secret. They might come on me, come here enlighten me, but somebody enlighten me, so me can keep it as a secret.
I'm never worried about that, man, because the first fear
You,
them sell you is death. You know what I
and where
mean?
you can escape.
So
So here what you do now. You have to go and denounce your straw man. You have to go establish your living man status. Meaning whichever country you're in, you have to go and revoke being a citizen. You
yeah.
cannot be a citizen and be a sovereign at the same time. It don't work.
Mm.
Citizen means slave. Sovereign means free man. So you have to go establish your free man status. And people, we have to start Googling and researching things that make sense. Can't get up and just Google breed and be a comedian and be a joke. And I said, well, start Google real
Yeah.
things. The amount of video when we watch with your living man status and the rights you have in any part of the world.
Yep.
Because first thing, when you establish your living man status, not even visa them can require for you have.
Yep.
Because God never build no border.
Yep. You don't need
So
no
we have to
driver's
know
license.
these
You
things.
don't need no
You don't need no
driver's
driver's
license.
license.
Yeah,
You're a
none of that.
traveler, you're a driver who work for
Yeah, yeah,
corporation.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're
You're
not,
not supposed to pay a toll. You're not supposed
yeah.
to pay a
You're not,
tax. You're not supposed to pay
yeah,
none
man.
of them something there. So we
You're
have to
not engaged
make
in a
sure.
commerce. You don't need no driver's license.
Listen, once you now do commercial activity,
Yeah.
because this is a corporation. It's not the United States of America a country. It
Mm.
is the corporation. The only state in America is Washington, D.C. Everything else is a subsidiary, like how you have Subway and them a franchise. Every other where you call state where you go. That's why over the state they tell us say you can walk with gun. And the next state they tell us say you can't have no gun over here. And the
Yeah.
next state they tell us say yo, you have to go to your bed 6 o'clock. And the next state they say yo, you can keep down till 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
Because every where you call it now,
Yeah.
different
Have their own legislation.
every different branch of them own legislation, because like you own a KFC, you can decide in your KFC different.
Yeah.
Or the person over there so decide a different lock time for them KFC. All do are still KFC, but it's franchise. So when they hear about 52 state, it's 52 branch of Washington DC. Or 51
Yeah.
then I should say. Because
Yeah.
Washington DC is the only state. Now, I'm going to explain something to them and them are going to mad out now. Jamaica is America. Cuba is America. Venezuela is America. Canada is America. You have the Americas.
Yeah. Americas, yeah.
When you go school and the social study, you have the Americas. We're not talking about America, the corporation, which are where we depend. Yes, you have the Americas. All of them island and them country is the Americas. Different from the United States of America.
Yep.
See? So people have to start understand that something here. See? And get to the money. As black people are the richest thing on the face of the earth.
Every day. Every day. Most powerful.
At
Yeah.
birth. Your
Yeah.
mother and your father sell you into slavery without even knowing. That alone is a fraud.
Yeah. It's so funny. It's so funny, you know, how we not realize, even as athletes, yeah? Take basketball players, for example. You sign a $1 billion deal as an athlete, right? Over a lifetime, when the company make $40 billion off of the product with your name on it. So why you never make a product with your name on it and sell it yourself? That is the power of black
why
man.
you never have a 50-50 contract for the rest of life?
Yeah.
Why you subjected to 1 billion?
See them have to run back to here now. Them have to run because nobody now buy. And that is what we make them do all the time, exploit it. And them exploiting us should show us how powerful we are as a people.
Brother,
Powerful.
remember me just explain to you, sir. Tubman say, if the slave them didn't know so them a slave, it would have make her job easier. She could have saved all it more of them. It's
So
like
that means,
people with the blue book or the red book, people have British book or US book, hyper other black people say, oh, me a citizen, me a citizen.
yeah,
And then they realize you're just a house slave.
right. Closer to the master. That's all it is.
You're the slave that can sleep on the doorstep.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
other
yeah.
one have to sleep in a bush.
Yeah,
They
man,
still
we
in
run
the
our
house.
life, you know.
That's why they
Yeah,
never exit. Every passport you're looking at for every citizen, it says country of birth.
mm-hmm.
So the book Congo say you're free for what about boy, you know. You want
But
to more humble
yes,
as slavery.
you identified
But
with yes.
remember, if you get too bright too, them just looking at the logins and say place of birth, Jamaica, go home.
Yeah. And that is the
You
reason
understand?
people why that is the reason why you see anybody in an overseas country will never require a visa to go to Jamaica because they have put us in a position where we're so dependent. We can't do nothing without them. Anything them say, that is what Andrew
Some
Wellness have to do.
some
We
people
don't
are
have a
gonna ask
choice.
us, some people are gonna ask us, so I'm to own have social, because you talk about social America thing. You have a TRN.
I same thing,
It's
man.
called a it's called a tax registration number.
Eh,
It's the same thing.
yeah,
It's a
every
debit
country them
card for
do
your
that.
Federal Reserve trust. Everybody have a trust fund with the
Yeah.
Federal Reserve once you're born of a natural birth. So I am saying to you now, people, stop Googling people business. Stop Googling mix up. Stop Googling gossip. Just take up your phone and say, dirty stinking foot. I mean, I like him, you know. But I'm going to see for him there say, fuck it. I'm going to
Yeah.
type in living man law.
Mm.
And them thing they start Google. And Google, what is a straw man? And them something they start enlighten yourself and you will see say you're fully slave.
Yeah. And that's why they give
Fully
you these
slave.
registration numbers because they need to know how many slaves are on the plantation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at all times.
And they need to know how much payout. And what them do, them put every slave on the stock market. So them make $quazillion off of every slave. That's why they make sure say you sign the birth paper at birth.
Yeah.
So you never get a day in a life without to make them money. Remember, you don't get a day as you're born, you know, birth paper ready, you know. So you
Yeah,
don't get
what
you
you
don't
think
get a
them
freedom.
but even so, these are the things where them project even with the pandemic because every person that was on their death certificate it said this was the cause of it. Money was given for research. So that is why them did a hike the numbers and said this and that. Because we remember people were going
Somebody
with a
just
broken.
comment something well on. Now
Mm-hmm.
cut it. Somebody just comment something and say as long as you're born in America. Wait. No. Even if you're born in America, you're a slave. As long as you are a citizen of any corporation, you are a slave. No matter if you're born in Jamaica, born in America, born in Guatemala, born in Haiti, born at anywhere.
See,
You know what is
see,
the safest
somebody
person?
smart and say birthplace no mean a thing. The person that's
Exactly.
smart. Birthplace no mean nothing.
You know which part, you know, or the best thing? The refugee are best thing. The man who not a birth paper.
Mm.
The man who not a social. The man who
Undocumented.
have no record, undocumented.
Yeah, you can't keep track
Better
of it.
off more than the whole of we. We have paperwork. Can you see that man there now? Him can go establish him living man law and him living man status with less problem than anybody
And
else.
it's so simple. It's so simple. If you're not a slave, why you have to work and pay income tax?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's simple as that.
people, may have to go do a radio interview. Just come up. Me go do it and then come back live. Bless up you, my brother.
Yeah,
Me
man.
just see it pop up. Me have to cut.
Yeah,
Me
man.
have to cut.
Manners
Yeah.
and respect. Yeah.
All right. People, we're going to join back live one next time.